All right, guys, this is Performance Maxing 101 for entrepreneurs who are new to fitness. And there's a lot of limiting beliefs that I'm going to break down and give you hopefully some light bulb moments in this video. So, starting off with what even is performance maxing? A lot of people get like this analysis paralysis, I think it's called, where they're just thinking constantly about the perfect strategy and it results into zero action whatsoever. So how this could look like for business is, what funnel should I be using? Should I start a school? Like, how do I design my website? Do I need a new ad strategy? All these thoughts and no action. So basically taking performance maxing into play, we're just sticking to the basics, going back to really what works and going back to what moves the needle in our business, which is just getting attention, starting conversations, making offers, closing clients, delivering results, and repeating that. This is important as well, like having the right strategy, but a lot of people are suffering in their businesses, or not necessarily suffering, aren't getting to where they want to be because their mind's just bombarded with all these different thoughts instead of taking action for the business. And how that can look like in fitness, guys, is, do I bulk? Do I cut? What's the best program to follow? Should I do keto? Should I do carnivore? Should I be a vegetarian? And you're just constantly changing your mind on everything. Like, what supplements should I be taking? And maybe you buy a bunch of supplements, think it's going to fix your problems. It doesn't, because you have no structure at all. And it's just a constant cycle of, not knowing where to start, or maybe you started for 2 weeks and you just couldn't stay consistent because you didn't have a plan that really fit your schedule, because you felt like it was either the business or your fitness. And that is not true at all. The fitness actually fuels your business up for success. So applying performance maxing to fitness is the same thing, sticking to the basics. The basics, the basics, the basics. We need to master the basics, what moves the needle forward, and we can worry about some of the fancier stuff later on, because, like, ideally, the basics are going to max out 99% of your progress. And that extra 1% is from all that clutter that, caused you to not even start in the first place. So, what the basics are in training is being consistent. That is number one, guys. Like, just one quick thought. A lot of people I've seen at the gym, because I was living in a different city and I moved back to my hometown, and a lot of people were like, "Yo, you're huge. You got way bigger," and they were just happy to see me and see that I'm keep on progressing constantly. And I'm telling them, like, man, it's just, I've been consistent since day one at the gym. Number two is eating enough protein, because we're breaking the muscle down. We need to have that protein to be able to recover for the next workout and build that muscle in our sleep, because that's where we build muscle. We build muscle while we're sleeping. And number three is progressive overloading. This is very simple. It's just making sure you're adding weight, reps, and better form each week for your workouts. It could be either better form, more weight, a better tempo, or more reps. And then sleep. I just mentioned this earlier. This is where we actually build our muscle and recover. And then tracking your results, like your body weight, making sure you're moving in the right direction. Just how you would track any business metric, just how you would track like your KPIs and things like that. Just a simple, like, couple minutes, track your lifts, body weights, measurements, so that you can make sure that you're progressive overloading. We're going to take a look at the built entrepreneur system and how to performance max in it. But before we do that, let's just break down what most entrepreneurs are doing. So most of them are skipping the gym because their business needs them. And they start a new program on Monday and they skip the gym on Wednesday, and then they quit that whole program by Friday. If anyone's been there, you should put a comment in the comments right now. They eat whatever is convenient in between meetings because they're on such a time crunch, and they're buying all these supplements and all this like fancy gym equipment to have into their house, but they don't even use it at all. And they tell themselves that they're going to get serious in the gym once the business slows down. But come on, like, the best, from what you've learned in business, the best time to start is now. And they go hard for 2 weeks and then they disappear for a month. Put a comment too if you have ever done this as well. Now, taking a deep dive into the built entrepreneur system and what performance maxing looks like in that, we're basically sticking to the basics. Like we've stuck to the basics in your business to really push the needle forward. And instead of overcomplicating things and making it a big mental battle without any physical battle whatsoever, like most people are doing. Anyways, um, the first basics that we need to get down is to actually train. We need to actually be in the gym lifting the goddamn weight. And we need to be following a structured program 4 to 5 days a week, anywhere from 4 to 7 hours a week total. Can definitely get you a top 1% physique if you're consistent in that. And you don't want to change your program until you fully have progressed. Basics number two is you need to eat. We need to eat to build muscle. We need to eat the right foods to be able to lose that weight, get that extra bit of belly fat off our frame to reveal our abs. So we need to hit our protein every single day. Ideally, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Beginners to this can start off at 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight. I know that sounds a bit complicated, but just straight up, if you're 100 pounds, eat 70 grams. If you're 200 pounds, that would be 140 grams, if my math's correct. I'm sure it is. And you need to eat foods that you actually enjoy and that are sustainable over time instead of extreme dieting. And really follow like the 80-20 rule too here, where 80% of the foods are one ingredient foods and 20% are like those childhood foods you grew up with that you just can't seem to, you know, get away from yourself. And maybe it's like a good reward after a long day of training and making money. Number three is overload. You need to track every single lift and make sure that you're adding weights, reps, or sets each week so that you're actually giving your body a reason to grow. And also with overload too, like I see guys in the gym who aren't changing and they've been in the gym for many years and they're still curling the 20s. It's like you got to give your body that reason to grow and challenge yourself. When the set is challenging, that's when you get the most muscle growth out of that. And tracking your lifts each week allows you to make sure you're lifting heavier and heavier each week so that you're not stuck at those 20-pound dumbbells for years and mindlessly, like not even thinking about it. Like, man, I should, at least add a little bit of weight. These are the basics. This is not overthinking. The fourth is sleep. This is where we actually grow in our sleep. So we need to be getting at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep a night to maximize your muscle growth. And it's really important to know that you grow in your sleep. Your muscles recover in your sleep. So if you don't get enough sleep, it could put you at higher risk of injury and just lack of performance in the gym. The fifth basic in fitness is to track. Basically, weighing yourself weekly, having some kind of measurement system to make sure that you're moving in the right direction. It's similar to like the KPI in your business. And then number six is just repeat that whole process. Just keep repeating, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Now, to wrap things up here, I just want to go over the 3 mindset points. So the first one is the same brain that jumps between program is the same brain that chases shiny business objects. That's something to keep in mind. The second one is performance maxing is an identity shift. You become someone who executes, not someone who searches. And the third main point to make this all kind of make more sense to you is the guys winning in both fitness and business, they're not smarter than you. They're just more committed to the basics. Like your mind all day is just all about this super in-depth, complicated stuff, which is like makes it hard to even get started and kind of paralyzes you from mastering the basics. And we all know in business, the basics move the needle forward. Same with fitness. Same with fitness. I know if fitness is new to you, it might not seem that way because of all this different opinions and all this different kind of information online. There's way too much information online that just gives people all this paralysis to start. Same with a business as well, as you guys know. So yeah, that basically wraps up this video. If you guys had any questions, you could reach out to me on Instagram, or you can basically just book a call in the description and we'll hop on a call and talk about what's holding you back.